Harbor Lights by Chuck Lowe. You'll find it off his Memory Lane album. We lost Chuck Lowe July 31st, 2017 at the age of 61, a major loss to our music community. His final release, Unspoken, was nominated for a 2016 Grammy for Best Contemporary Instrumental Album. It was Chuck's third Grammy nomination. Hey, listen for the latest from saxophonist Steve Cole, a song off the album Turn It Up. And from his album In the Zone, here's Richard Elliott with his version of the Marvin Gaye classic Inner City Blues, Makes Me Wanna Holla. I'm Tony Coulter, and this is Watercolor.
Just hear me out. I know that this fight's far from over, but we don't have to shout so loud to be heard. Maybe you're tired of me working long days, longer nights. Believe me, I know that you're hurting, but you can't blame me for all that's bad in our lives. How did we get to this place? How do we get away? I don't even know who's right, who's wrong here. Maybe we can try to start over. I hope we can clear the air. Yeah. If you say that you don't really love me, then I'll show myself out. Yeah. Can't you see that you're my one and only after all this time? You should know me by now. How did we get to this place? How do we get away? I don't even know who's right, who's wrong here. Maybe we can try to start over. I hope we can clear the air. Yeah. Maybe I could try to do better. Maybe she can meet me halfway. She wants to give up, but I won't let her. Not if I had my way. Oh, how did we get to this place? How do we get away? I don't even know who's right, who's wrong here. Maybe we can try to start over. I hope we can. How did we get to this place? How do we get away? I don't even know who's right and who's wrong here. Maybe we can try to start over. We can clear the air. It might be that you don't feel like talking. Oh.
Ain't there something I can give you in exchange for everything you give to me? Read my mind, you make me feel just fine. When I think my peace of mind is out of reach, the scales are sometimes unbalanced, and you bear the weight of all that has to be. I hope you see that you can lean on me, and together we can calm the stormy seas. When love's so strong and so unselfishly, and I tell you now that I made a vow, I'm giving you the best that I've got, baby. Yes, I tell you now tell you now I'm giving you the best that I've got. Listen, baby, I bet everything on my wedding ring. I'm giving it to you, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are experiencing some turbulence. I'd appreciate it if you'd remain in your seats and keep your seatbelts fastened.
If I could have your attention for just a second, we have a car that is parked out in the Fine Arts Hall or parking lot, which is right outside the auditorium. License plate 2G96N5. It is running and the doors are locked.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I want to ask for your assistance with something here. We still have tickets to be collected, so that means we have more people joining us tonight. So if you're next to a family member that you've not seen in a while, this is a good time to kind of get close and reunite and connect and everything. If we can push towards the middle of your sections and allow for other people to join us, that'll be great. Thank you. Director of Schools, Dr. Linda Cash, Mr. Rodney Dillard, the Chairman of the School Board, distinguished members of our Bradley County Board of Education, Mayor Gary Davis, members of the Bradley County Commission, and other honored guests, family and friends. On behalf of our faculty, our staff, and the class of 2018, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the 17th annual commencement exercise for Walker Valley High School. We are thankful for your attendance and support of our school and our students. You may be seated. Graduates, tonight marks the end or conclusion of a 13-year journey, and for some of you, the conclusion of one major phase in your life. You see, I firmly believe that life can be divided into two phases. The first phase, where a person finds his or her purpose, and the second phase, where a person begins to fulfill that purpose. There's a big difference in finding purpose and fulfilling purpose. Finding purpose requires an individual to look within, to assess his or her aptitude, gifts, and talents, to discover what brings him or her joy, and, in the words of Dr. Charles Stanley, what breaks your heart. Once an individual's purpose is found, then the act of fulfilling that purpose becomes the primary motivation. One of my favorite quotes on the human condition comes from Dr. Viktor Frankl, an Austrian psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor who wrote the best-selling book, Man's Search for Meaning. In that book, Dr. Frankl identified that what people actually need is not a tensionless state, but rather the striving and struggling for a worthwhile goal. Graduates, up to this point, your primary goal has been the acquisition of knowledge. And along the way, many of you may have found your purpose. And if you haven't, don't worry. Time will bring it to you. And your transition into that second phase, where you begin to fulfill that purpose, is a time that we, your family, your friends, your teachers, your staff, the administrators here at Walker Valley High School, and our community members, we're excited to see that happen. For our audience, I wanted to share the collective achievements of the class of 2018. 344 graduates, 235 seniors are graduating with a 3.0 or higher GPA. Their average ACT score for those 235 is a 24.02. 150 seniors are graduating with 150 seniors of the 235 are graduating with a 3.5 or higher, and their average ACT score is 25.22. 44 seniors are graduating with a 4.0 GPA with an average ACT score of 28.65. 202 seniors have an ACT composite of 21 or higher. 47 seniors have an ACT composite of 28 or higher. 30 seniors have an ACT composite of 30 or higher. 28 seniors are AP Scholar candidates with an average ACT score of 29.85. 118 seniors are graduating with distinction due to their advanced placement performance by earning an industry certification or by achieving a state-level recognition in the arts. 128 seniors are graduating with state honors, meaning they have met all 4 benchmarks on the ACT. 89 seniors are graduating as Circle of Champions, which recognizes their academic record as well as their commitment to community service. 257 seniors are eligible for the Hope Scholarship, which is potentially $4.2 million in scholarship aid. 33 seniors are eligible for the General Assembly Merit Scholarship, the total of which is potentially $132,000. 115 of our seniors have been awarded outside scholarships for academics and athletics. At last count, The Walker Valley class of 2018 has been awarded over $6.5 million in scholarships. This total does not include the Tennessee Promise, a unique offering in the state of Tennessee that provides the opportunity for graduates to attend a community college or college of applied technology and receive an associate's degree for free. If you are a Tennessee Promise scholar, if you would please stand at this time. If you filled out the Tennessee Promise scholarship at all, that's you guys. There we go. Thank you. You may be seated. Each one of those students that stood represents $8,000 in scholarship. That's not included in the $6.5 million overall for this class. So their possibilities are endless. On behalf of the class of 2018, I want to take this opportunity to thank the people on our faculty and staff who have gone far beyond the role of teacher, counselor, and staff member to put this ceremony together for the graduating class. From our Circle of Champions banquet on April 26th, the Career and Technical Education Awards Day, our Academic Regalia celebration, our Senior Night Awards, the Baccalaureate Service Wednesday evening, and tonight's graduation, many people have given of their time and energy to celebrate the graduation of the class of 2018. On behalf of the class and myself, I thank you. I also would like to recognize the service of two of our faculty members who have recently announced their retirement. Alan and Stephanie Hunt, your addition to our climate and culture have been invaluable, and its effect will be felt for years to come. Thank you. And finally, I would like to remind everyone that the focus of tonight's ceremony should be on our graduates, all of our graduates. As we proceed through this ceremony and we begin the process of calling names to receive their diplomas, I would ask that the audience please hold all applause until we have completed the roll call so that we can recognize all graduates. I would ask that all audience members refrain from acting in an undignified manner, which would essentially steal the focus from our graduates and redirect it to that audience member. We will observe the following procedure when conferring diplomas during tonight's ceremony. Mr. Mann will set a tempo of calling students' names. I have asked him not to move off of that pace. If someone yells or screams after a student's name has been called, there is a high probability that the student next in line will not have his or her name heard. If you were the family of the graduate whose name doesn't get heard, I ask you, how would you feel? Again, I ask you to hold your applause until all graduates have gone across the stage, and at that time, applaud all of our graduates. At this time, our senior class president, Ms. Haley Jones, is coming to address the graduates and will be introducing our other guest speakers this evening.
Today is a day of beginnings. For many years, we have all been preparing to walk into the rest of our lives. We have dedicated so much of ourselves to learning and growing in preparation of what lies ahead, and the time has finally come to take that first step. We are entering a world that is overflowing with possibilities. We all have yet to experience what will become some of the most beloved moments in our lives. We have yet to meet people that will become parts of some of the most beloved relationships in our lives. However, not only is this a day of beginnings, but a day of endings. Our senior class is filled with individuals who have always found ardent anticipation and hope when looking into the future. Individuals who are unafraid to dive headfirst into the uncertainty that comes with varying seasons of life. But as this day neared, I found myself becoming increasingly anxious about leaving behind what I have here at Walker Valley. I attempted everything I could imagine to move past my apprehension, from speaking with friends that have already graduated to changing my phone's screensaver to C.S. Lewis's quote, "There are far better things ahead than any we could leave behind." However, nothing worked until one day when the revelation slipped into my mind that what was making me so hesitant were the goodbyes. It is exciting to think about moving forward. However, I absolutely detest having to say goodbye. But without the courage to say goodbye, we will never attain the opportunity of encountering something new. So, since we must say goodbye to move forward, I would like to suggest that we wholeheartedly accentuate the good in our goodbyes. What could be good about saying goodbye to the experiences we love? What could be good about saying goodbye to the people we love? I would like to share with all of you 3 ways that we can acknowledge the good in our goodbyes and maybe make this bittersweet day a little sweeter. If we are to put the good in our goodbyes, we should remember experiences, remember people, and embrace the beauty of life's unavoidable finality. All of us have had positive experiences during our time at Walker Valley that have led us to where we are now. We must think back on these moments we have been able to have because of the wonderful place that Walker Valley is. Whether it was athletic or musical activities, clubs, or academics, we should remember the positive lessons each of these things have taught us during our time here. If we strive to discover the good in what we have learned, we will be able to use it wherever life may take us next. Focusing on the positive in our past experiences will help us put the good in our goodbyes. By remembering the people, the staff members, our teachers, our peers, and our friends, we will carry with us the distinct stories and influences of each person, and we will retain the monumental impacts they have had on our lives. We have all been fortunate enough to learn in an environment that is absolutely consumed with educators that are selflessly devoted to the successes of each of our individual futures. These Walker Valley educators have shown boundless efforts to assist us in attaining the ambitions we aspire to reach. And more than that, they care for us far beyond our academic status. Our school has fostered an atmosphere that allowed us to connect with peers and establish relationships with people that have now become lifelong friends. Friends that we can simply stand in the school parking lot with, laughing and sharing about life for hours on end. Friends that we can trust and lean on when we are forced to face the difficulties of the world. Remembering all of these relationships puts the good in our goodbyes. Finally, we can find the good in our goodbyes when we embrace the beauty of life's unavoidable finality. In life, there is a necessary finality to everything, and as difficult as it is to accept the inevitability of endings, it is a vital piece of life. We now understand that an influential season of our life has come to an end, but accepting the inescapable reality of endings allows us the opportunity to genuinely appreciate it each and every moment. It reminds us to never take what we have for granted. When we remember to always be present and appreciate the small things that make each day unique, we put the good in our goodbyes. When I think of finality and beautiful things coming to an end, I think of flowers. After flowers bloom, we are only offered a short window to fully experience all that we can from the blooming. But knowing that this beauty will not last forever helps us to more deeply appreciate it in the moments when we are able to experience it. My genuine wish for each of us is that we see each day by the small moments, appreciating the fullness of what every blooming of life has to offer. I believe that we will take what we have been gifted here at Walker Valley and we will use it to continually inspire those around us for as long as we live. That we will always remember the priceless experiences we have attained and the wonderful people we have encountered. My wish is that you will always find joy in having something so wonderful that it makes it difficult to walk away. That we will all openly embrace both the beginnings and the endings that life brings us. That no matter what we must say goodbye to, we will never forget that more beautiful things will always be blooming, and we will always remember to embrace the good in our goodbyes. Thank you. Tonight, you all also have the privilege of hearing from the following students of Walker Valley High School: the valedictorian, Hannah Elizabeth Scarborough; salutatorian, Jolie Rebecca Fugate; student body president, Hunter Reed Shamblin; students Chandler Dylan Andrew Davis and Anna Claire Klebsick; and Bradley County Schools Director, Dr. Cash. I look forward to hearing from each of you. And to all of my fellow peers, the class of 2018, it has been an absolute honor serving as your senior class president. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Well, Walker Valley class of 2018, we've concluded our high school career. Well, first I'd like to thank all of our teachers, staffs, and parents at Walker Valley that have made tonight so special and possible. I would personally like to thank Mr. Akiona for guiding us through this time of graduation with his leadership and knowledge. At this time, students, if you do not mind, please remove your caps and join me in this time of prayer. Heavenly Father, I want to start by saying thank you for this amazing day despite the weather. I want to thank you for another awesome group of seniors that have come through Walker Valley High School doors. Thank you for all the memories, times, and the past 4 years we have cherished with one another. I want to thank you for all the loving parents and school staff that have made Walker Valley so special. I also want to thank you for everyone that has come out today to support their loved ones during this time of celebration for our graduation. I pray blessings and peace over every single person here tonight and a smooth transition into this next chapter of our lives. I thank you again for blessing and strengthening us to live our lives, complete high school, and enjoy another year. I pray that you open doors of success and opportunity as we walk out the path you have laid for us. Lastly, I want to say a special thank you for your son and his sacrifice for us. I pray all of these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Good evening, respected guests, family, friends, and fellow graduates. My name is Jolie Fugate, and it's my pleasure to address the class of 2018 tonight. This is a momentous day in each and every one of our lives. Although we have all taken different journeys to arrive here, we have finished this together, and so tonight we celebrate together. We celebrate all of our achievements through the years in sports, academics, and competitions. We celebrate the time we've spent at Walker Valley. From our awkward beginnings as baby-faced freshmen to the intelligible, capable young adults that we are today. And we celebrate our futures, because whether you pursue further education or join the workforce, we are all advancing to a new and exciting phase of our lives. However, as we celebrate the past and the future today, we must say farewell to our beloved school. There are so many memories that I have here at Walker Valley that will make me miss walking down these halls every day. I remember freshman year when Mr. Long brought dry ice to school and showed us what happens when you chuck a frozen banana at the wall. And I remember sophomore year, I can't help but laugh and cringe thinking about all of the songs Miss Freeman taught us in Spanish class to help us remember how to say what the weather is or what we like to do. And I'll miss the family atmosphere of Walker Valley, like when the entire cafeteria applauded as people checked out of school early so we could get a few days off for the flu our junior year. And I'll miss the fun activities we participated in, like the lip sync contest this year, where Miss Scarborough led our calculus class to victory with the greatest lip sync ever. And there's so much more that I will miss, but it's not the memories alone that will make me miss Walker Valley. Along with these memories, I will miss all the teachers at the school, and the teachers who taught me much more than how to pass a test. Like Miss Scarborough, who taught me to embrace my love of math, and she taught me how to pursue a degree in engineering so I can use all of the wonderful math that she taught me. And Mrs. Borden, who has not only been a remarkable teacher, but also a great friend, who helped me to realize my love for biology. And my tennis coach, Miss Hardesty, who taught me to take life one point at a time and to be confident in what I can do. And Coach Wofford, who taught me that everything's gonna be okay, even when you throw your cat into a dryer or suck part of a whistle down your throat. It's teachers like these who will make it so hard to leave this school. But although we are losing these teachers tonight, I know they will all wish us well as we move on towards the future, along with our permanent support system, our families. I would not be who I am today without my family because they have faithfully believed in me and have been my role models over the year. So here's to the moms who have pushed us to be our best and cheer us on no matter what because they believe in us. And here's to the dads who have supported us with all these terribly great dad jokes that made this thing a little bit easier. And here's to the siblings who somehow managed to have been the most annoying yet most supportive at the same time. And here's to the grandparents, cousins, aunts, uncles who have always been by our side. But also, here's to those who have become our family over the years, the youth pastors, mentors, coaches, and friends who have listened when it felt like no one else would listen, and have been an encouragement through everything. All of these people have been an integral part of my life, and I'm so thankful that God surrounded me with such a strong family. And although all of the people I have mentioned are so important to me, it is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ who really brought me to where I am right now. It's He who walked with me through my weakest moments in life and showed me that I'm not defined by my mistakes, and I'm not limited by my circumstances. So I want to leave you with this. While I may not know much about the world yet, I know that our future does not reflect our past unless we allow it. So as we walk across this stage in a few minutes, know that your future is bright, Mustangs, and it always will be.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here tonight as we celebrate this milestone in our lives. Classmates, we've worked to reach this day for 13 years. While we've worked hard, we've also made wonderful memories and formed lasting friendships, especially in our years as Mustangs here at Walker Valley. You may not have realized it at the time, but throughout high school, we've even learned a few life lessons as well. Think back to your very first day of freshman year. If yours was anything like mine, you might have been intimidated by the older students, nervous to be in a classroom of strangers, and scared of your new, unfamiliar surroundings. I remember looking up at the tall seniors as I was walking to class and thinking to myself, wow, they're seniors. They're almost 18. That's so old, they're basically adults. Looking back, it's funny to me how I thought of these seniors as old, experienced, and wise, because I know for sure that we as seniors are definitely not old, experienced, or wise, even if we like to think we are. As 18-year-olds, we still make mistakes, we still need help, and we still seek advice from the people that we look up to. But this also means that there are still plenty of things for us to learn, that we don't know everything, and that there is tons of room left for personal growth. Remember how you felt sophomore year upon turning 16 and receiving your driver's license? With this simple piece of plastic that had an illegible signature on it, you had the world at your fingertips. Getting your license evoked a feeling of freedom you'd never had before. And while the excitement of this freedom has now worn off, the responsibility that comes with it has not. We're still expected to be home by curfew and to follow the rules of the road. Getting our licenses sophomore year taught us that the more freedom we're given, the more responsibility that we have. And this is true whether we're behind the wheel or not. Junior year. Many people agree that this is the toughest year of high school. Your core classes get especially difficult. The pressure from adults to start thinking about life after high school begins, and you have to take the ACT. But here's the good news. We made it. Pushing through the most difficult year of high school taught us that when working towards our goals in life, perseverance, dedication, and determination are the keys to eventually conquering these goals. August 4th, 2017. This was the first day of our senior year. Fast forward 9 months to today, May 17th, 2018. Look how far we've come. Before we became seniors, we were told by our parents, coaches, siblings, and older friends that senior year was going to fly by. And while we believed them, I don't think any of us had any idea how fast it would fly by. Before we knew it, we started experiencing our last first day of high school, our last home football game, our last pep rally, our last performance with the band, musical cast, or choir, and even our last plate of Walker Valley's famous chicken casserole. Throughout senior year, we've always learned to always live in the present and enjoy every moment, because they were right when they said that senior year flies by. Tonight, we're surrounded by the people who have encouraged and supported us throughout our time in high school. To our parents and families, thank you for raising us for the past 18 years. To the Walker Valley faculty and staff, we greatly appreciate everything you do for us and for our school daily. To our teachers, thank you for educating us, believing in us, encouraging us, inspiring us, and being positive role models for us. To our future alma mater and the rest of the WV family, there will always be a place in our hearts for you. And last but not least, to my favorite teacher, Miss Scarborough, who just so happens to also be my mom. You've made such a positive impact on my life, and I could never thank you enough for all that you have done for me over the years, both in and out of the classroom. Fellow graduates, we've gone from intimidated little freshmen to the intimidating seniors and learned a few life lessons along the way. We've grown as students and as people. Tonight, we're a class of high school students turned high school graduates. Tonight, we're ending a chapter in our lives and beginning a new one at the same time. Tonight, our futures begin. I want to share my favorite quote, which was said by Eleanor Roosevelt. "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." So, class of 2018, dare to dream big. And what better time than our graduation day to do so? As our time in high school draws to a close, and you embark on your own journey into the real world, my challenge for you is that you take these lessons we've learned at Walker Valley and apply them to your own life. Continue to strive for personal growth. Be responsible for your actions. Persevere, and remember, always enjoy the present moment. Life is a gift, and the future is yours to unwrap. So go make your mark on the world. Thank you.
Hannah, I just had to tell you that I wore my cowboy boots tonight, so I didn't have to still look up to the seniors. Before I begin my speech, the past few years, it was just an awesome experience here at Walker Valley High School, and I would like to thank just a small group of people. Leslie Keck, Nana and Papa, Mima and Pop, Aunt T, Uncle Tom, Mom, Dad, Trapper, Isaiah, Hannah, David, Bryce, Miss Howard, Miss Cole, Mr. Bryan, Mr. Mann, Caitlin Logan, Miles, Miss Gober, Miss Pruitt, Coach Frazier, Coach Dillon, Mike Smith, Steve Longley, Blake Peterson, Matthew Pigg, Jordan Monk, Kevin Bowerman, Hannah Moore, Colton Gibson, Grant Holden, Coach Long, Coach Smith, Miss Everett, Miss Black, Rusty, Parker Gray, Spencer Runyons, Cade, Jules, Chandler, Cooper, Taylor, Logan, Josh, BR, Lisa Winters, and Carly Buckner. I had to do it. Every one of them told me they would kill me if they didn't get a shout out, and I did not want to face the consequences of my actions. I've had an awesome 4 years here at Walker Valley High School. I feel so blessed to have met and grown up with all of you. We've had a few bad days, but very many great days. Personally, my experience here at Walker Valley High School has been one I will never forget. I'll never forget going to athletic events, concerts, and playing in the baseball games. I've enjoyed my time in the classroom as well. I think if you asked any of my teachers tonight, they would tell you that I like to have a lot of fun, but I get my work done most of the time. I'm so grateful for our great teachers, our great staff, coaches, for preparing us to enter college, the military, or the workforce. I don't know what I would have done without y'all. It has been my great honor to serve as your student body president. I still remember the day that I made the decision to run for this office. I will forever be grateful to each and every one of you for choosing me to serve as your leader. It has been a ride of a lifetime. We have accomplished many things as a school this year, but tonight I want to talk about the future. Tonight will be a night that you will never forget. As I look across this crowd, I see so many familiar faces, and it gives me hope for our country and our world. I have no doubt that many of you will change this world and country. Whatever path you take, always remember where you came from and the people who loved you. There's a passage in the book of Joshua that states, "Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage, be not afraid, neither thou be dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whereversoever thou goest." As you start the next chapter of your lives, remember the words from this passage, and remember that God has commanded all of us to be strong and courageous in the good times and in the bad times. And he reminds us that he will be with us every step of our path. I have total confidence that whatever this class puts their minds to, they will accomplish it. I see future doctors, lawyers, pastors, professors, politicians, CEOs, and teachers. We live in a time in our country that it's of the greatest importance that we have moral men and women step up and take a lead in our nation. And I'd like to push and encourage each of you to go after your dreams, because I know you will achieve them. Do what you love. Do something when you wake up. It excites you to start the day. Always remember and always be proud that you are American. Never forget to thank the men and women in our nation's great armed forces. Never forget to thank your friends and family. Most importantly, never forget to thank God for His unending love and grace. Life is too short not to tell people that you love them. Life is too short to sit back and hope that someone else will change the world. Life is too short to not help that friend that's in need. I want to personally thank my family and friends, teachers, coaches, and teammates for giving me the best high school experience a man could ask for. As I go out towards my future goals and strive towards them, I will never forget the foundation that this great school has given me. We have made Walker Valley better. God bless you, God bless America, and go Mustangs. Graduates, would you please stand with me as we do the day-by-day speech? We had to fit it in. Would you repeat after me? And you're going to have to get rowdy with me, because if you don't, I'm going to look stupid. Repeat after me. Dear Lord, the battle we go through life. We ask for our chances fair. A chance to equal our strides. A chance to do or dare. If we should win, let it be by the code. Faith and honor held high. If we should lose, stand by the road. And cheer as the winners go by. Day by day, we get better and better till we can't be beat. Won't be beat. Ah, thank you. God bless you, and go Mustangs.
That was impressive. There's something I want to share with you before I begin, and that is over the last probably 4 weeks, I've really been trying to wrap my head around what I wanted to say to this group of people. And I have to be honest with you, and you can ask Mr. Aghiani, as of last night, after your baccalaureate, I did not have a speech for you. I was still struggling, but when I watched most of you last night, things started to kind of unveil, because you are such a fabulous group. So I want you to know that I have grown to admire you in so many ways that I never realized I really did until I started to think about you and look at each one of you and what your potential is. So I want to share with you what I see in your class. I want to let you know that I believe you are an intelligent group who takes learning seriously. All you had to do is listen to your accolades, and you know that is true. You're always striving to learn and have no tolerance for people who do not do the same. I've seen you get frustrated when you don't think people are putting forth their best effort. You believe in taking your opportunities seriously. You don't back down. You also have little tolerance for adults who do not put forth the effort, because you think if you're busting your rear end, they should be doing the same thing. So I want you to know that you will succeed at the highest levels because that's what you want to do. Your passion and desire to learn pushes all of us to a new level. Some of you will go to college, and some of you will go straight into the workforce. But whatever your path is, you will be successful, and you will do better than the people who came before you, because you always strive for the best. You do have a lot of things that are in your favor, but I want you to know you have a true dislike at any reference of a millennial. I've heard people say, that is not us. We are not those people. You know the millennials, the group that people say really don't really do a lot. They wait for things to come. That's not you. They're the me, me, me generation. In contrast, you as a class are called the post-millenniums. You are the Z generation. Your media use is different than anything we've ever seen before. You have something in your hand at all times. You know how to use it. You're quick with it. You have multiple devices in your hand. That's not anything we've ever seen before. You are that generation. You prefer cool products over cool experiences. You like techie toys. You like new phones. You like the latest of everything. You also are tech savvy, and you're an entrepreneur. You always want to find something that somebody else has not done before you and give it a shot. Again, you're called the Generation Z. You like edgy campaigns and you're always trying to find ways to get people to notice you. You like to create culture that no one's ever done before. You have the ability to write an essay with your phone, carry on a conversation with Snapchat, and text your friends and family pretty much at the same time, and then submit the paper that you were writing that you know is due by next class. You understand and know how to make the best use of your time with technology. You also do not fully understand those of us who still do not get it. You also think that Facebook is like really for old people. But because of your expertise with technology, you laugh at those of us who are a little behind the curve with technology. You pretend that you think that you're supporting us, but we really know you're laughing at us because you've been that way all your life. You're more likely to take the non-traditional route. If your current plan doesn't work, you're okay with it. You just find another group of ideas and fit it in some way to make it work. You will always find a different route, which is very admirable. Nothing stops you, and you should be very proud of that. You're always looking for the first opportunity and then the next opportunity. You don't wait for things to come to you. You go out and seek those things. I've seen members of your class develop an idea and run with it with very little guidance. You are the group that took the drug-free campaign to a different level. You are the group that used Google Docs before the adults knew that Google was more than a search engine. When the district started using Google as a tool, all of you said, well, it's about time. We've been doing it forever. So we know you are ahead of us in so many ways. But you want the best route, and convenience is important. You are capable of learning yourself. You know how to do it. Current research says that 72% of you will run a business someday. 72% of you will run your own business one day. And when you do, you will be successful because that's the path that you've already set. The biggest thing with what we look at now is you are the first generation that we have seen that truly are not afraid of work. You have a strong work ethic, and it's been a while since we've really seen that. You want the most convenient path, but you're not going to wait for others to do it for you. You have higher expectations than the generations before you and the generations that will come. You love the world of technology because you are a world-known people. You are global. You are the first generation that grew up in a social society that could cover the world. What was once taken as just amazing is commonplace for you. You can talk to someone in China, you can talk to someone in Singapore, you can talk to someone in Canada, all at the flip of a phone, and you do it regularly. It's nothing to you. Well, the only thing is, when it doesn't happen fast enough for you, you start hitting things and doing things because you're used to it popping and snapping, and you think something's wrong, so you need a new tool. You need a new phone, you need a new computer because it's just not working as fast. The one thing that I know about you, Generation Z, is you are an individual. You love your individuality. You go to the next level, and you don't really care if anybody else is doing it with you. You're going to take the next step. And in this group that's sitting in front of me, I've seen that over and over and over again. You use your phone as a mini computer, something we don't even understand. I still don't know what all the features of my phone are, and so when y'all are with me, you usually take it from me and do whatever needs to be done. So for that, I do thank you. You are global, and I want to say that again. When I say global, it brings in a whole different piece of information. You are the first people who actually understand and know that you think worldwide, you think global interactions, and you know and understand that you can get an answer some way or another without going to anyone else. I want you to know that 58% of adults worldwide, 35 agree that you have more in common with your global peers, that's people all over the world, than you do with the adults in this country. You believe, and we struggle with it, that who you're meeting and talking to online, you do consider those your friends, whether you've ever been in person with them or not. And that's a culture that we don't understand, but you are changing the world with that. We have high respect for you, and you have high respect for people in all over the other cultures and country. You are a class of people that you believe you should respect people for who they are, not for who we think they should be, but for who you are. You have made a point to set time aside to honor and discuss cultural and racial differences in all of us. You believe individual accomplishments, but you celebrate things together. That is amazing. You are a culture who recognizes that it's okay to be different and you can still share and talk with each other, and you pull that out so that you have that opportunity. You've accomplished much in the years that you have, but I really want you to know what you can accomplish to now spreads worldwide. You lighten the burden for everybody. When you succeed, you are in a position to give rather than take. If every individual in here lived up to his own potential, think how amazing the world would be and how much better off the world would be. But I want to take you back. What if only half of you met your potential? So if we split the room and this half reaches their potential, your influence is monumental. Even if a fourth of you meet your potential, you can change the world. You can make amazing contributions to society. So I want you to know you are amazing, you are humble but driven, you are individuals, but at the same time you have a strong social conscience. You believe in strong social consciousness. You have grown in a world where you can have friends all over the world. In short, you have been given much. But I want you to remember, when you're given much, there is much expected of you. I thought about you last night, and one of the most remarkable things is I struggle with a lot of things that happen in the world. I struggle with whether people are doing the right thing or whether they're moving forward to help others. But here's what I want to leave you with. You are our hope for a better culture, a better society, and a better future. I want to say, Walker Valley, class of 2018, I truly salute you, and it is a pleasure and an honor to know you. And my last words to you tonight are, I expect you to go out and change the world. You can do it.
Dr. Cash, at this time, with the authority given to me by the Bradley County Board of Education and the state of Tennessee, I present these students, the Walker Valley class of 2018, as having completed the requirements for a diploma from the greatest high school in all of Tennessee. At this time, if the board members will join Mr. Coggin in this area, and Mr. Mann, if you will join us on the stage and prepare to call the roll.
Hannah Elizabeth Scarborough. Jolie Rebecca Fugate. Hunter Reed Shamblin. Haley Elizabeth Jones. Chandler Dylan Andrew Davis. Anna Claire Klepsig. Brandon Roger Kahui Okalani Akiona. Jordan Asa Seth Allen. Luke Augustine Arntz. Ellen Morgan Arundale. Emma Lacey Baggerly. Olivia Kathleen Bandy. Madeline Jewel Brooks. Nathan Liam Brown. Carly Elizabeth Ann Buckner. Jenna Kate Carol Buckner. Taylor Mackenzie Bullington. Gabrielle Iman Burse. Matthew William Campbell. McKenna Joyce Carson. Lauren Nicole Kaler. Gabriella Lorraine Choate. Natalie Jo Church. Claire Elizabeth Clark. Macy Lynn Clark. Marina Faith Coleman. Alexander Tanner Cresswell. Colby Chance Crowder. Alexis Ann DeHart. Haley Elizabeth Dillard. Jordan Ashlyn Fox. Lindsay Page Frederick. Allison Emma Garner. Caleb James Grannon. Samuel Dwayne Gruber. Emma Grace Harbison. Abigail Samantha Heron. Sarah Jean Elizabeth Hood. Cameron Nicole Hutt. Dana Mickey Ito. Jared Paul Johnston. Elizabeth Kate Jones. George Victor Trent Jones. Gideon James Jur. Rachel Noel Keenan. Oksana Viktorivna Krischuk. Emily Michelle Lance. Caleb Garrett Lahan. Lauren Ashley Lay. John Reed Lee. Allie Grace Lemons. Caitlin Grace Logan. Frances Adeline Martin. Brittany Page Matthews. Samuel Albert McDonald. Karis Aviza Mitchell. Hannah Grace Moore. Isaiah David Morris. Tyler Paul Morris. Sarah Bryn Moultrie. Bailey Joe Mullet. Jasmine Quinthian No. Hayden Reed Nicholson. Kaylee Mariah Paris. Lauren Grace Pate. Taylor Ramazanipur. Haley McKay Rowe. Summer Star Reimer. Elizabeth Jane Sample. Bailey Rose Scarborough. Ian Tristan Shaw. Jae Jung Shin. Alexandria Lynn Smith. Harmony Cheyenne Snyder. Brandon Tyler Soulsby. Caitlin Page Spence. William Lance Starks. Jacob Charles Stowe. Matthew John Stuckey. Savannah Grace Spur. Brittany Megan Tankersley. Kennedy Danielle Timmerman. Erica Janelle Tuttle. Elena Marie Tweed. Rebecca Nicole Watson. Whitney Marie Weathers. Jessa Lee Cates West. Michaela Ray West. Madison Rose Williams. Gable Joe Willis. Hayden Garrett Word. Noah John Allison. Jacob Ethan Allman. Emily Hayden Anderson. Isaiah Daniel Ballou. Lillian Grace Barber. Shiley Diane Bean. Mackenzie Amara Bishop. Cameron Neal Blackmore. Kevin Bryce Bowerman. Taylor Nicole Breeden. Michaela Lynn Brown. Sheena Nicole Brown. McKinley Grace Burns. Robert D. Burris. Dylan Robert Allen Burton. Caden Trent Byers. David Earl Cameron. Taylor Danelle Cash. Nolan Michael Kaywood. Samuel Wayne Clements. Jack Wayne Kofer. Jeffrey Adam Kofer. Elijah Jean Coffey. Diana Laura Contreras Anaya. Jared Nathaniel Cooper. Kaylee M. Cope. Haley Renee Coppings. Devin Dakota Cranfield. Anne-Marie Elizabeth Creech. Bailey Jordan Crumley. Ashley Celine Dannell. Taylor Olivia Darty. Corbin Matthew Day. Dylan Austin Deniston. Caitlin Brianna Dixon. Alyssa Rose DiPestina. Macy Savannah Dobbs. Cody Dubé Duggan. Paul Isaac Dumont. Taylor Ann Ellis. Ethan Blade Farster. Christian Frank Fizia. Christian Michael Ford. Brianna Marie Fouts. Hannah Rose Franklin. Ashton Lynn Frazier. Dakota Rhodes Garriott. Andrew Bryce Gibson. Annie Kate Gibson. Brock Chandler Gibson. Colton Chase Gibson. Madeline Faith Goins. Colby Daniel Goodwin. Carson J. Gorham. Parker Riley Gray. Kendra Lila Renee Green. Logan Rithana Griffith. Haley Marie Guffey. Mackenzie Samara Hall. Briar Redmond Hambright, Dylan Nicholas Harper, Nathan Allen Heil, Emily Grace Henson, Bishop Lee Hefner, Taylor Nicole Holcomb, Haley Brooke Howard, Hyun Dan Hyun, Aubrey Madison Jones, Julian Sutton Jones, Wesley James Judd, Madison Page Kellerman, Whitney Shea Kincaid, Tyler William King, Mercedes Ayama King Chestang, Rachel Alexandra Lauterbach, Mathis Corbin Leonard, Thomas Blair Lillard III, Keaton Elby Lloyd, Emily Nicole Locke, Caroline Elizabeth Logan, Trinity Dawn Lynn, Christian Chase Manis, Emily Nicole Marr, Zachary Kyle Martin, Sabrina Ann Massengill, Destiny Gale Maxwell, Logan Gray McCoy, Austin Reed McIntosh, Dakota Bear McKnight, Marcella Esther Manai, Michael Stephen Moriarty, Tyler Joseph Morris, Joshua Daniel Morrow, Mary Allison Munoz, Gatlin Elizabeth Myers, Jacqueline Skye Newport, Kaylee Alexis Newsom, John William Odom, Fabian Daniel Ortega, Angel Josue Ortiz, Haley Nicole Parks, Carrie Alyssa Parks, Stacy Altagracia Pena, Kyra Elizabeth Lee Petty, Stephen Scott Pierce, Jeremy Scott Pope, Ethan Daniel Porter, Caleb Uriah Presley, Araya Michelle Prince, Cade Austin Puryear, Hannah Marie Ron, Hunter Timothy Rains, Hannah Renee Raper, Cooper Berger Roundtree, Dylan Thomas Brendan Salmond, Trinity Corinne Scott, Michael Winfred Sewell, Jacob Kendall Sharp, Cameron Olivia Schultz, Morgan Page Slack, Ezra Reed Smith, Logan Scott Spence, Chloe River Stiles, Brittany Dawn Strickland, Christian Briley Swafford, Nathaniel Stephen Tewin, Zachary William Thompson, Hunter Bryce Tinsley, Jason Christopher Tuttle, Aaron Emmanuel Uddybeck, David Alexander Valenzuela, Chloe Elizabeth Walsh, Julianne Nicole Webb, Whitney Page White, Elijah Lucas Whitman, Tyler Wesley Womack, Jonathan Chandler Womble, Alice Ann Wilson, Miranda Page Young, Sarah Page Young, Bailey Gail Zimmer, Raleigh Reed Abel, Isaiah Jamil Alston, Kevin Alvarado, Cody Lee Arp, Maria Magdalena Arroyo, Nicholas Wade Baker, Madison Haven Ball, Alexander J. Batman, Nicholas Alexander Bentley, Cameron Vincent Bienvenu, Lauren Allen Blair, Jared Eads Boatfield, Tristan Garrett Bodine, Dontavius Chevelle Boone, Austin Lee Calvert, Courtney Mackenzie Carrick, Jacob Allen Clark, Daniel Allen Kofer, David Michael Coleman, Jalen Ryan Cordell, Logan Brent Cross, Jason Javier De Jesus, Jacob Cole Dawkins, Nicholas Edward Dial, Jared Gage Ensley, Jacob Garrison Fletcher, Joseph Nathaniel Flores, John David Ford, Cordell Lynn Freeman, Sean Austin Futrell, Brooklyn Desiree Grayson, Tanner Reed Haynes, Brandon Allen Hale, Lillian Marie Hall, Christy Elizabeth Hamilton, Ashley Morgan Harper, Anthony Neal Hayes, Madison Mackenzie Hedrick, Brendan Kobe Hooker, Alyssa J. Hooper, Kevin Dakota Howard, Michaela Lauren Johnson, Andrew Nash Jones, Kennedy Elise Jones, Spencer Troy King, Hunter Grant Matson, Coleman Shane McCoy, Megan Olivia Brooke Melton, Lindsay Vanessa Mohair, Alex Jeffrey Moore, Lily Verna Morris, Cora Elizabeth Morrow, Daniel William Murphy Jr., Benjamin Reed Nelson, Haven Dakota Ownby, Zachary Michael Ownby, Hannah Sierra Parman, Haley Victoria Patterson, Haley Michelle Payne, Blake Austin Peterson, Gavin Creed Phillips, Matthew Grayson Pig, Sage Anne-Marie Pinson, Charles Wilson Pope III, Toby Hunter Ratcliffe, Corbin Joseph Reinhard, Garrett Lewis Robinson, Aaron H. Rose, Jonathan Caleb Ross, Stephen Isaac Rowland, Brannon Cade Runyon, Spencer Devadrian Runyons, Hunter Lane Shanoff, Jose Sebastian, Austin Tyler Siegel, Samuel David Shanks, Tyler Jeb Shirk. Louis James Shutters. Ashley Caroline Smith. Ian Alexander Smith. Brennan Cole Stiltner. Tristan James Tarver. Miles Warner Thompson. Wesley Clay Tinsley. Madison Nicole Walker. Deshayla A. Ware. Blake Scott Wetherill. Jacob Ryan Whitman. Savannah Christine Wills. Taylor Ray Woods. Tyler Goldman Woods. Colton Tanner Wyatt.
We have a little deviation in your program. We are going to, we started a little early with the awarding of diplomas, and I didn't have Anna Claire Klepsig. She's on your program there, so she's going to address very quickly. I wanted to identify, too, that there was one name that we did not call, but that is a true graduate, Zadok Westfield. Zeke is actually our decathlon champion for the region and is competing at state even as we speak. So, and is favored to win. So, let Zeke know you love him.
Hey graduates, let me pray for you one last time. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for these graduates, these people who have made me into who I am. I thank you for the laughs, memories, and lessons these students have given me over the years. They have challenged me, supported me, and comforted me. Lord, as they have blessed me, I ask you to bless them. As each one leaves and starts a new journey, I pray that they find purpose, whether they go into college, the workforce, the military. I pray they are passionate about what they do and that it brings them joy. I pray they live lives that matter. I pray they continue to help others and make others' lives better as they have made mine better. I pray that they are always surrounded by people that love them and support them and that are there for them in the hard times. I pray they always feel loved. Even more so, I pray they give love, that they put others first, and that this is what brings them joy. I pray they are healthy and safe. I pray they have lives to the fullest. I pray they have peace and hope. I pray that they recognize these gifts are from above. We love you, Lord, and it's in your heavenly name we pray. Amen.
All right, if the graduates would please stand.
Well, Walker Valley graduates, class of 2018, we have been preparing for this for many years, so if you will all join me in moving your tassel from the right side to the left.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you the Walker Valley graduating class of 2018. Thank you, parents and family members. We are dismissed. Find your graduate. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. 'Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. 'Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Set you hallelujah. Girl, set you hallelujah.